how do you call yourself a Christian but be okay with Republicans wanting to take away 22 million people's ability to afford health care? When Jesus tells you to take care of the sick, Jesus says in Matthew 25, "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was a stranger and you invited me in. And I was sick and you looked after me. Whatever you did for the least of these brothers, you did for me." So the government shutdown is over because the Republicans won the continuing resolution bill. And usually those bills hold spending at the current level, but this time they made a change. They no longer want to make healthcare affordable for Americans. This is the Affordable Care Act. 22 million people rely on subsidies from the government to be able to afford healthcare, myself included. But if they don't continue this, people's monthly premiums are going to more than double. Let me tell you mine. I just reapplied for 2026 and I have to pay $117 a month, which is more than I used to pay. But if I don't get these subsidies, I'm going to pay between $575 a month to $660 a month. I can't afford that. And then hospitals that serve low-income communities, they're going to have all these people coming in for emergency care that no longer have insurance, and they can't refuse to take care of them. So it's estimated that just next year, the hospitals are going to have $7.7 billion in uncompensated care next year. They're going to be in the hole for that. So guess who pays for it? Well, since the government isn't going to pay for it anymore, the cost of caring for the poor gets pushed downward. Either local taxpayers are going to pay for it with public bailouts. These are people who are usually less able to afford it because they're in low-income communities. Or it just gets funded and paid for by people with insurance through higher premiums. And these rural hospitals in these lower income communities can lose $28 billion in funding over the next 10 years. So they're going to shut down. So there's not going to be any more hospitals in rural areas. So when Republicans say that they're the party of Christian values, I want to ask, what part of Jesus's ministry are you following? Because he never walked past the sick and said, "Sorry, you're on your own." He healed them. He fed them. And he commanded you to do the same. And by the way, we're talking about $35 billion a year to keep healthcare affordable for 22 million people. But somehow we can find $961 billion each year to pay for the Department of Defense. So it's not that we can't afford it. It's that our government is choosing not to.